What is up, our Will Film #1 fans and viewers? This is Scott Kisagale, Will Film #1, and today I'm going to give you my recap and review of Mayans M.C. Season 2, Episode 7, entitled Tohil. It was directed by Peter Weller, who's well known to the Sons of Anarchy and Mayans franchise. He's directed several episodes of Sons of Anarchy, and he's played corrupt cop Charles Borowski on the 2 final seasons of Sons of Anarchy, and he's directed and he did direct an episode of Mayans M.C. last season, so he's really good at directing. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this episode. I liked the way the story was told. I liked the action pack, and I liked the family ties as well. But anyway, and there's 3 episodes left this season, and season 2 has been better than season 1. So let's begin with the recap, shall we? The tie that binds. The ties that bind. After paying a visit to Marlon, the corrupt assistant to an already corrupt city planner that ended with him dead, Easy wakes up the next day, haunted by what happened. He was asked to pay Marlon a visit at the request of his ex-girlfriend Emily, who has been pressuring the local government to steer a bid her way, as she attempts to further legitimize her husband's businesses in the United States with an Argo Park plan for Santo Padre. Unfortunately, Emily found out that even with the last name Galindo, local politicians don't come cheap. So she's been forced to get her hands dirty in a dirty deal that was supposed to clean up her husband's reputation. When Easy showed up to visit Marlon, he was just trying to convince him to confess to taking a bribe from a Chinese conglomerate who bribed him to make sure they put in the winning bid. Instead, Marlon pulled a gun, which ultimately went off, and Easy was forced to stage the scene to make it appear to be a suicide. Still, Easy is haunted by what happened, and he obviously can't tell anybody what he did for Emily, or it might get them both killed. Meanwhile, Coco is spending time with his daughter Letty, who returned this week, only to discover that she was recently roughed up by a rival motorcycle club, who have been acting as coyotes. It's to bring people across the U.S.-Mexican border as a substantial weight. Letty's friend Gabby made it across, but now her mother and sister are being held by the MC, with threats to either pay the fee they now claim is owned, or her family will be sent back to Mexico in pieces. Ooh, very demanding. When Letty name-dropped her father as a Mayan, these rival bikers didn't even blink. And to make matters worse, they actually laughed at her. Back at the clubhouse, Easy manages to get in some flirting time with Letty's friend Gabby, while the rest of the Mayans gather for church to discuss the problem of the other MC stepping on the turf. Coco explained what happened while name-dropping a group known as Vatos Dos Malditos, the damn dudes, who are an MC that runs Tijuana south of the border, but now that they've crossed over into the United States and are conducting a human trafficking business in the Mayans' backyard. Bishop is none too happy about the news. To make matters worse, he's feeling bad that the Mayans have been so focused on handling Galindo's problems that they stopped keeping a watchful eye over their own hometown. Bishop aims to acidify as the club heads out into town to search for the Vatos Malditos safe house. I thought those were good scenes of this episode, and all debts paid. When the Mayans finally come upon the house where the Vatos are holding being shot, Bishop orders the attack. Without a moment's hesitation, inside, the Mayans kill several members of the rival MC and rescue several people being held in locked rooms. But none of them are Gabby's Gabby's mother or brother. After after executing the final members of the Vatos, one of the people being held hostage tells the Mayans about a warehouse near the border where the Mexicans MC keep people who aren't able to pay in cages while threatening them with death or return home if they don't ante up the money owed. The Mayans arrive before the Vatos are able to call in for additional support, and a gunfight breaks out inside. Outgunned and outnumbered, the Vatos decide to cut the losses. But before leaving, they put gasoline all over the warehouse in an attempt to murder the remaining prisoners being held inside. Thankfully, Easy gets a drop on the last member of the Vatos, and they are able to free all of the hostages without anybody being harmed. Obviously, taking out several members of the Vatos will still almost certainly cause blowback in the coming weeks. But for now, the Mayans have rooted out a problem that was festering in their own backyard. Back at the clubhouse, Gabby is reunited with her mother and brother, while Letty thanks her pops for helping save her friend's family. Before leaving, Gabby makes eyes at Easy, further hinting at the potential relationship down the road. I wonder how that's going to play out. I'm really looking to see how that plays out. And then a family affair. Following news that Alina's assistant, Merlin, was found dead, Emily is shaken and her behavior is enough to alert Miguel that something is going on with his wife. She tries to reach out to Easy several times during the day to find out what happened, but he's not answering. Finally, Emily and Miguel are summoned into Mayor Pina's office for a meeting where they learn some shocking news. It seems that Merlin's death has been ruled a suicide after authorities found a mountain of debt hanging over his head, as well as a series of emails that he sent out just before killing himself. In those emails, Merlin confessed to numerous misdeeds. The biggest was taking bribes from the Chinese consortium that was trying to buy their way into developing the Argo Park. With this information in hand, Mayor Pina had to disqualify the Chinese bid, and the next in line would be Miguel Galindo and his lovely wife. Emily is overjoyed to find out that they will be able to develop the Argo Park just like she wanted. But Miguel can't help but be suspicious about how this all happened. He questions his wife about Merlin's death, but she pays it off as while reassuring him that they are in the clear after bribing Alina to help them in a similar way. Miguel still can't be sure what Emily is keeping from him, so he orders Nesta to keep track of every place she visits, 24 hours a day, and then report back to him. Later that night, Emily is finally able to track down Easy, but he tells her husband she's been called for a meeting with Alina at the city planner's office. She arrives at the town hall, but inside she has a rendezvous with Easy, who was told to meet her there. Easy explains that Merlin put a gun on him, and after fighting for his life, the weapon discharged, and the assistant to the city planner was shot dead. Easy made it look like a suicide while wiping any trace that he was ever in the home where the dead body was discovered. Before leaving, Easy sent out a few emails on Martin's behalf, confessing to all his crimes, which then led Emily getting the winning hold on the Argo Park project. Emily thanks Easy for his help and adds that she would love to return to the favor if he ever needs anything. Easy decides to cash in that favor immediately by asking Emily for assistance with something that related to his family. He then pulls out a folder that he had stashed away, while containing the wire transfer information related to the contract put out on the parents' lives. Easy knows the money that came from Sonora, Mexico, but he can't be certain who ordered the hit, and appears he's going to ask Emily to help him find out if the Galindo cartel is guilty or innocent in his mother's death. And I would give this episode 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way out, and a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this episode, and I really like the ending. So there's 3 episodes left. There was no Lincoln Pod in this episode, so I wonder, but he is in next week's episode. So what's going to happen than with him. But anyway, this episode was really well directed by Peter Wilder. Peter Wilder knows how to direct an episode, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the three remaining episodes of season 2. And hopefully it's renewed for season 3, because Mayans MC just keeps getting better and better. But the question is, will Emily help Easy, and will Miguel Galindo find out? I mean, so many things to happen in the final 3 episodes of season 2. But anyway, you stay classy, live long and prosper, and peace out.